Lofi Poli Sci coming at you. Michael Pickering here talking our famous question. What's going on in the world today? And it's another Good News Friday. Yes, thank you. Let's go. Fresh off that press with the lo-fi goodness for you. In San Francisco, California announced they've given the first permit for self-driving cars for passenger services. But I don't want to talk about that. We knew that was coming eventually, right? You know, the perfect Uber driver has always been an Uber without a driver. You know what I'm talking about. But I want to talk about self-driving bicycles. And yes, I'm serious, people. Out at MIT, some crazy cool sciencey folk are making this happen. A bike you can call takes you for a ride, and then it goes back to where it's supposed to be, all by itself. And my friends, I can't tell you how many bicycle wrecks this would have saved me from. And no, I'm not telling you how those wrecks happen. Now let's talk about something I've seen for over a week now, just haven't had the chance to talk about it yet. And that's a company called Mojo developing smart contact lenses. Meaning, yes, hook your contacts up to your iPhone in the future. It's coming. You know, this idea has been around for a very long time. But now we're actually seeing the technology catching up to the idea where you can actually use your contact lenses as a screen for your smart devices, or replace them completely. I mean, this is like Google Glasses, but without the glasses. And I'm super interested to see how this plays out. And would you actually do this? Would you wear a computer screen in your eye? Right in, people. Now let's switch gears into gaming, one of my favorite pastimes, you already know. But have you ever heard of loot boxes? They're a form of in-game purchases, basically, in any game that uses them, which a ton of games do. You pay a certain amount for a chance to get some good loot. But you could end up getting some pretty shitty loot. It's a game of chance. Does this sound like gambling to you yet? Well, the Norwegian Consumer Council and a ton of other consumer groups have put out a report and signed on to this report and are taking aim at games that use loot boxes, stating that they're taking advantage of players. Yeah, they are. And in many instances, kids and children. And you know what? They're right. You know, loot boxes are some bullshit, people. If you're not a gamer and you're not sure what this is all about, look, I've done my fair share of looting, and it always pisses me off to no end when I spend some in-game currency for a loot box and I get shitty loot. So, I stopped doing it. Easy peasy, right? That's what you were thinking before I said it too. You were like, well, you shouldn't have bought it then, huh? You're right. So I stopped. But if you're a kid, a child, playing a child's game, and in the game, there's a mini game that the developers put in there with loot boxes, well, that's some bullshit. Now, what do you think about loot boxes? Right in. Now, here's some other interesting, perhaps bullshit, perhaps not bullshit, but also gaming related out there in France. So there's an organization / part of French government / call it whatever you want, but it's called l'Académie Française. And l'Académie Française, their sole purpose is to protect and preserve the French language. It's been around for almost 400 years. Ain't nothing new. But now, they're telling French government to stop using English words for gaming and start using French ones. Meaning there's a lot of words in English that we as gamers use, and other languages around the world, they just use our words instead of translating it to something different. And l'Académie Française is telling the French government to stop doing that. And you know, I'm not going to give you any examples of this, but I want you to think about this real quick. Listen to these words I'm about to say. Chic, bougie, voilà, bon voyage, déjà vu, c'est la vie. These are all French words and sayings we regularly hear in English. You know, like déjà vu. There isn't an English equivalent for it, or at least not one that people use. But imagine if an organization or the government said, Stop saying déjà vu. Say, whoa, I already saw that. Stop saying chic. Say, super elegant. Stop saying bougie. Say, uppity. Stop saying bon voyage. Say, good voyage. I mean, really, what would you think if some organization told you that? Cultures mix around the world, food, style, gaming, language. Are we afraid to lose our language or simply hesitant to evolve? Write in, people, as always. I'm curious, your thoughts. And a last piece of news to send you on your way for the weekend. It's time for Talk in Gemini / not really talking Gemini because we're not talking cricket, but lo-fi sports talk, aka translation needed. I don't speak sports. Name the game of this next sport, and you win all the lo-fi loot boxes in the world. And you don't have to pay anything for them. Just, what is this game or sport I'm about to talk about? Here we go. Cheese rolling. A sport? Not a sport. Take 10 seconds. Rolling a round of cheese down a hill and chasing it to see who catches it first? A sport, not a sport? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck yeah, it's a sport. You knew it's a sport the second I said it. Out in Broxworth, England. They take a round of cheese and roll that bitch down Cooper's Hill, and the players take off. I love this. This is a sport I can get behind. It's been postponed for 2 years, but on Sunday, June 5th, this weekend, it's back. And we'll be sure to let you know on Monday who wins, my friends. Yes, indeed. And that's it. I'm done. I'm out for the weekend. But you know how to find me. Check out the weekly blog up later this afternoon on lofipolisci.com. And it's not a cliche or a catchphrase. It's a lifestyle. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Talk to you soon, Lofi listeners. Pickering, signing off.